On Pixel Sister Family? It's your friendly neighborhood Fluffy Ninja here at my lovely Pixel Sister office. Now, it may not look like much right now, but we just moved in, so we're going to go ahead and head on to the good part, what you came here for. Our trip to Miami to see the Dragon Ball pop-up tour. Now, before I even give you that, let me go ahead and grab some history gems on you for those of you that don't know Dragon Ball. So, to put it in hindsight, Dragon Ball started for me when it was featured on Toonami. That's when I was first exposed to anime in itself and all its forms, and how the depths of fighting all the way up to the heartfelt wisdom that they brought to me. And it was also one of the ways how I ended up learning for myself what it really truly means to be an otaku, to be someone that knows exactly what it means to be a true fan of the thing that you love. So before we get into the good part, let's go ahead and honor the 40th anniversary with some history. Dragon Ball started as a simple adventure story, and it turned into a global powerhouse. Created by Akira Toriyama in 1984, the franchise began as a manga in the Weekly Shonen Jump. Now, I remember those magazines because they used to sell them a lot at Barnes & Noble and Books A Million before they actually start selling anime in the anime section. So, to get back on topic, it was inspired by the journey of the West and martial arts in cinema. It follows the journey of the son of Goku, evolving from a lighthearted adventure into a high-stakes battle saga. This story expands through major series such as the original Dragon Ball, where Goku actually meets Bulma for the first time in humans. Then there's Dragon Ball Z, when we meet Frieza and all the others, and just like Vegeta. Then we go to Dragon Ball GT, goes into more depth, more characters, and more people for you to love. Dragon Ball Super, which has now become a big phenomenon now, and for those of listening pleasure, we now have Dragon Ball, I believe it's either Dragon Ball Galactic Patrol. That's supposed to be set out coming soon later on this year. If not later on this year, I did do an estimate of maybe like close to fall or whatnot. But anywho, and the anniversary era, also Dragon Ball Dogma. Growing from the earthbound adventure to the universe of shaking battles that define anime culture. In the United States, Dragon Ball is a very big thing here. And it's also introduced to generations of fans of anime and helping to push the genre into a mainstream. Over time, the franchise expanded from beyond the screen into movies, video games, and trading cards, collectibles, becoming one of the most influential animes the series worldwide. And we also have one of the little goodie bags from the 40th anniversary with our fellow Goku in his lovely form on the back, representing the 40th anniversary. So we'll explain what's in this bag in just a second, because also in this video, you'll get a sneak peek of the new trading card game. So I'm not going to do any spoilers. Let's continue. Now, 40 years since its original debut, Dragon Ball continues to evolve with a new story and global celebration. One of the biggest highlights is the pop-up tour, the US of 2026. Now, when I heard that this pop-up tour was happening through, excuse my French, YouTube, through hell and high water, I was going to go. Because again, hashtag childhood. We're not about to miss this shit. So, it was a multi-city tour that started in Japan and then all the way from Chicago, Miami, and it ended its tour in California. Now, for those of you that weren't able to go to the tour, you're in luck. Me and your Sailor Kirby went to this tour to give you the highlights and the sneak peeks of all the things that you would see. And just like I did in the New York travel reel, I'm going to give you an inside scoop on everything inside. And we even have a special guest that we interview in the midst of our tour. So stay tuned. I don't want you to miss this. Now, as we continue with to explaining the pop-up tour, let me tell you about the journey to the pop-up tour. So it was for us, since we lived in South Carolina, it was a 9-hour and I believe 29 hours and 26 minutes to drive from there to Miami. Now, usually I'm okay with driving all the way down to Orlando, and it's only 7 hours because 7 hours is meh. But either way, it was a wonderful drive going down. So when we got down the road, we realized that this was a lot more than just driving trips to go see the pop-up tour. We noticed that we had to see a lot of things along the way. Like, we even had this car that was trying to speed race us fast. So it was, let's just say, very, very invigorating. So as we were getting close to even being in Florida, we had to stop in Georgia to Brunswick to see Bucky.
So your first experience with Bucky's, what are we doing?
We're hanging out with Bucky.
I'm still trying to figure out why a beaver is very important, but all right.
We need to learn more stuff on the history of Bucky.
Yep.
Now, did we actually brush up on the history of Bucky's? No. We were trying to get to our hotel on time because driving in the dark is just ghetto. I can't do it. Absolutely not. I mean, I can do it if I'm working it, but not really. So as we were going ahead and we made our stop at Bucky's, did a restroom break, filled the gas tank up, we dive into actually coming the next day when we finally made it. We made it to the event. So the first thing to expect when you were at the event, at least in Miami, they put us in the back of the building so that way that they can monitor exactly how many people that were coming in and then how many people were coming out and how they were going to do the giveaways. The giveaways in themselves were pretty simple. They put you in a long line. They started at a set time. The first one was at 11:30. We got to the one at 2:30. So for our giveaway, they made sure that they had everybody in line. They also gave us afternoon time to do like some pre stuff. We even shot some people in their fit from Dragonball, which was really, really cool. And then there was a couple gamers that were like chilling in the corner. So we already knew that this was going to be epic from the beginning to end. So they showed us how to play the game, and it also showed us exactly what was going to be entailed in the new game for the trading card game. There's also an online platform for it. I will link the website in the caption below. You don't want to miss that. We also met a couple other content creators that were there. Super, super set. Now, I know that I threw a lot of stuff on you. So we're going to take a break and do our artist feature. I hope you enjoy.
Hey everyone, name's D-Rex. Some people call me by that, or Digital Guy, DG, but you all heard it as Digital Guy Studio. I'm a digital illustrator located in the South, and I enjoy sketching out ideas on a lovely digital canvas to see in the real world. While I'm not on my lovely pen display or on my iPad Pro, you can see me gaming it out at night time to time. Mostly either a party, racing, or anything. And I am a huge tech junkie, exploring and checking out new ways to push my creative boundaries. You can check me out on all my social media at Twitter, aka X at digitalguy_stu, Instagram at Digital Guy Studio, and on Twitch at Digital Guy Studio for art, TikTok, and more. See you guys there.
Calling all cosplayers, artists, and Twitch streamers. We're looking to feature you on our next live stream. If you're interested, please contact us on all our social media or email us on pixelsistaworld@gmail.com.
let's jump right back into the show.
Once we got to our gift bags, and they gave us our giveaway gift bags, they gave us this, our Dragon Ball Pop-Up Tour 2026 tour bags. Inside this bag, we had a lot of stuff pertaining to. One in particular that I wanted to point out that we had was the Pop-Up Tour Item Collection book. This book was supposed to be something that we got to look at all the collectibles that were coming out, and that was coming out of Mr. Toriyama's archive. I guess stuff that we've never seen, and then also the different figurines that we ran into. Now, when we got to that point, and I can show you, well, I can't show you because this is audio. So it had features of Dragon Ball Legend, Dragon Ball Genshin. Sorry, my bad. That's my fault. Dragon Ball 2 Xenoverse, and then Dragon Ball Sparkling Zero, which we had an opportunity to play the game, but that is going forward. The first thing that we encountered before we even got to that point, we got the Dragon Ball magazine with the item collectibles inside the bag. We also got a pair of the manga. On one side, it has the very first volume 1 from Akira Toriyama's first volume for Dragon Ball. And then on the back of it, it had, on the flip side, Dragon Ball Super Volume 1. Now, if you're a person that has read anime a lot, you know that we read, was it right to left? Yep, I believe it's right to left or left to right. You know what I mean? But both sides had the first Dragon Ball Volume 1 and then Dragon Ball Super Volume 1 made by Viz Media. So in total, we had a lot in this goodie bag. I'm not going to show pretty much everything, but I will say that Bandai had exclusives there where it had... Hey guys, sorry for me to get cut off, but what I was going to tell you guys was that SH Figure Arts and Bandai made a figurine of Goku's father, Bardock. And they had the staff member pass out little sleeves with the QR code on it where you scan it with your phone. And once you did that, you register under the Bandai website or SH Figure Arts website. And once you show the staff member that you signed up for it, they would give you the sleeve. And the QR code takes you to a website where you can start either paying for in advance for your figurine, so that way when it first comes out, you'll already paid, and then you could get your figurine ASAP. Just thought that it would be a thought to know. Also, in addition to Goku's father that you get in the figurine, you get baby Kakarot as an additional bonus by getting the Bardock figurine. There are other figurines that are up for pre-order as well. So I will look up the website and I will put it in the description box below. Or you can go on the Dragon Ball official website for the pop-up tour and you can find out the figurine website there.
Once you have done Super Saiyan, you can see that they're pretty powerful. You have new text, new effects, and you also have a new power level. You have a 20 and a 15. Now, we're going to take our feet on the face. So, on my Goku, turn to the side and hit Vegeta in the face.
Are you winning? We don't know yet. Right now, apparently Goku is punching me in the face. Typical.
This is our interviewer, Mr. Rivera. He is one of the people that helped us throughout the demo, and he showed us how to play. And here's our interview.
What's going on, Pixel Sister fam? It's your friendly neighborhood FluffyNinja here in Miami, Florida. I believe it's the Adventure Mall?
Yes, Ventura Mall.
Okay, and we're here for the Dragonball pop-up tour. I have a lovely contestant that would like to tell you all about what we have here. So, can you explain to us what this is? This card game? Is it like Yu-Gi-Oh? Tell us what's going on.
So what we have here today is basically a demo demonstrating how to play the game. I am a North American judge for both Dragonball Masters and Fusion World. Basically is we're doing this to kind of grow the game as a community. The game itself is very collectible. And at this event, we're doing a demonstration of both a Goku deck and a Vegeta deck that were also available as starter decks to kind of show the people how the game flows.
Okay, so when we play the game, so how do we start off here?
So in a normal game, what we do is obviously we both lay down our leaders down first and our decks. What we do is we start by drawing 6 cards. We draw 6 cards.
Oh, okay. My bad.
I mean, I can do the demonstration. It's fine. Once we draw 6 cards in a tournament, we have the choice to mulligan the cards after we decide who goes first, obviously.
Okay.
And then what happens is we either mulligan by shuffling the cards in our deck. Now, once we mulligan, obviously we only get 1 mulligan per game, but I'm not going to do that for the example. And then once we do that, what we take is we grab the 8 cards from the top of our deck, and we put them in our life area. And obviously, whoever goes first or second gets a multitude of options, such as you're going second. In this case, for the demo, you would get an energy marker. An energy marker acts as an extra energy or mana, much akin to Magic, but a little bit of a combination of the game of One Piece.
And before we continue, can you introduce yourself? Because we know that you are a very important person. But explain one more time.
My name is Ewan Rivera. I am local here to Orlando, Florida. I am a North American Dragon Ball judge for both Dragon Ball Masters and Fusion World.
Okay, so let's continue with this tutorial. Where do we go from here?
So
like I got my cards in my hand.
Yeah, you've drawn 6, and now you take the top cards of your deck and you go to 8 lives. So I'll show you.
Okay.
So you're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay.
You're gonna lay them down here in your life area as such, in a way that both players can determine which card is which.
Okay.
Once you have done that, now since I'll be going first, this is more or less what we're doing for the demo.
Okay.
I draw 1 card. Every turn, first player turn always draws first. I'm going to pick a card from my hand, and then I'm going to put it in my energy, like so. Now, since I'm going first, I can not attack you.
Okay.
Once I've done all that I can, which pretty much all I'm going to do is tap 1 mana to play a battle card. Battle card is any card that has a black border around it, and it has a specific character name, like for example, one of our older Dragon Ball characters, Tien Shinhan. He has a battle card. He has no text. There are cards that have text and effects on them, but for now, he's just a vanilla card that I'm just going to play on my turn. Now, once that has happened, I cannot do anything since this is my first turn. I'm going to go ahead and pass to you.
Okay. So I remember in this one, we go first.
Yes, you draw a card.
And then we... It's brain freeze! Okay, I think I would put down this, because I remember on the demo we did put this down first.
Yes, so when you do,
okay,
always put the card like this.
Okay.
Because remember, we both have to know what we're doing.
Understood.
Yeah.
There's no secrets here. Yeah.
Well, it's everything's secret in your hand, your life, and your deck.
Okay.
That's all secrets. To me, I cannot know that. But to you, that's all you.
Okay.
Now, once you have charged, you can, now you being the second player, you can attack me.
Okay.
You can attack me.
And it's anything from 1 to 2, right?
You can play anything from 1 mana or 2 mana because you have an energy marker.
Okay. So I would go and do here.
Yep.
So what happens when you play Goten, you're going to declare that you're playing, and then you're going to pay the cost.
Okay.
So once you pay the cost and the card hits the board successfully, you're going to basically do the effect of the card, which says on play, you're going to draw one card. So you draw one card.
Okay.
Yeah. So once you draw the card, that pretty much enables you to do whatever else goes on. So now you can attack me as much as you want for however many cards you have.
Okay.
So you're going to choose to attack with me with the Vegeta.
And that's where I do sideways, right?
Yep, that's when you turn it sideways.
Okay.
Now Vegeta has an attack. You're going to once you swing, you're going to declare that you're attacking a card, just like you're going to say, I'm going to swing my Vegeta to my Goku. Now, Vegeta has an effect when attacking, you draw one card. So, draw one card.
Okay.
Now, once that has occurred, basically, your card has the same power as my card. And in this game, in order for me to take a life, you have to meet my attack power or exceed it. In this case, Vegeta has 15,000 attack power, 15,000 attack power to my Goku. I could choose to defend it or take the hit. And in this case, in my turn, you wouldn't want to increase the combo power, you would just leave it at 15. So, you would attack my Goku, and I would just take the hit. Once I take the hit, I pick up one card from my life, and then add it to my hand.
Okay.
And that's more or less the flow of the game. So, you basically do that continuously until all my life is gone.
Okay, can you tell me something about this card? It popped up and it looks all shiny and nice.
Oh, so that's an extra card. This is an extra card that you use throughout combat. It's Vegeta's Final Flash. So it has a permanent, which is basically an effect that is active at all times.
Okay.
So 7 or fewer more cards in your hand reduce the cost of this card by 1. So essentially, instead of you paying 2 for it, you pay 1. Now, this card has an activate main, which says discard one card from your hand, choose up to one card of one of your opponent's battle cards with a cost of 5 or less, and place it at the bottom of the owner's deck. So basically, when you activate this card, you would, again, in fashion, you would discard one card from your hand. You discard one card from your hand, so when you discard a card, you basically choose any card and put it in your drop area.
Okay.
And then you would target my only battle card, which is Tien, and then you would get rid of it. Essentially, I just lost steam from my next turn. You just pretty much killed my flow.
Okay, so I have some questions for you. Because I know that y'all guys are packing up and you're short on time, right?
Yes.
So, my first question is, how did you even get into this? Isn't this a child's game? Isn't this like, aren't you too old to be doing this? Like, these are questions that have been asked to me when I...
To enjoy a thing.
Yeah,
This, like everything, is a hobby.
Okay.
It's family friendly from ages of all range. I'm 33 years old, and I've loved Dragon Ball since I was a child. So, obviously, Goku, Vegeta, characters that I've been fighting, for time and time again, rivals from the first Dragon Ball show to Dragon Ball Z, GT, Daima, Super, even Dragon Ball Xenoverse in Japan.
Okay.
I started collecting the card game in 2017. That was when I was fresh out of the military. I needed a hobby, and I saw that this was the perfect one to pick up. I've seen people collect this card from basically people who are like 10 years old to people who are older or twice as old as me.
Okay, so here's another question. What's the deal with the trading cards that you get in your tote bag? Are there like special cards like these, or they're...
So they are promotional cards that you receive at events like this, and in this case, you receive a energy marker for just being part of the event. You get that free tote bag, so it's mind if I take it right here. Mm-hmm. In this tote bag, they got Super Saiyan 4 Goku in the front, and also this event is mainly commemorating the 40th anniversary of Dragon Ball. And in doing so, they're promoting the revival of the anime, and as well as all the other games, and pretty much anything that's been keeping the brand alive as a whole, And honestly, I think Akira Toriyama Sensei would be very proud to know that his character, his manga is still thriving even after his passing. However, the stuff that you get here is not always exclusive to this, but it's a lot of goodies and incentive for people to enjoy. I mean, I've seen people just line up and since the dawn of yesterday to just get stuff, to buy stuff, just to have a chance to have a piece of history, because right now this event and future events for the rest of the year are pretty much commemorative and something that if you're a true Dragon Ball fan, you would want to take part in.
And I know you talked about Akira Sensei. It was very emotional for me when I found out that he passed, because I was like, wait, you're the one that started me on anime. What's going on? So for me, what do you think Galactic Patrol is going to be like since it was announced?
Galactic Patrol, I think, is going to be the thing that people have been waiting for a long time, since they're basically adapting the anime to the manga.
Oh, praise God. Oh, praise God.
So
sorry.
we're definitely going to see things like Ultra Ego Vegeta, Ultra Instinct Goku, Gohan going toe-to-toe with Goku in his beast form, and our notorious villain Frieza coming back with an upgrade.
I'm waiting on that.
So,
because I was wondering if Frieza was dead or just like on the side.
Frieza is coming back stronger than ever, and we get to see both new and old faces. But I'm just happy that Dragon Ball is still strong, even at its 40th anniversary.
Oh yeah, I think that's one of those oldies that never gets old. It just evolves, But we thank you so much for taking your time up. I know you got other people you have to do with the demo, and we appreciate your time.
Yeah.
All right, Pixel Sistas fam, this wraps up day 1 of the event. We will see you tomorrow for the second half.
So Mr. Rivera gave us a good insight on not only Dragon Ball as a whole, but what it's evolving into. With the trading card game, you were able to get and let me roll it out because I have it right here. You got your lovely trading card game map. And at the end of the demo for the trading cards or any of the demos, they gave you a prize. Or they gave you like a collectible to take with you. This is the card game that I had. It was the deck that I had. This was Vegeta's card deck. So I was able to not only get that, but they also had I had a figurine building station where you could actually build Goku in whatever stance and form that he was in that they offered. And then when you finished building it, you could take it home and it'll be yours. So that was one of the many things that they offered at the event. So this was a great start for the first day for our Dragon Ball pop-up tour. I really was excited. Even though I didn't get a chance to cover everything that was in this first video, the second video is coming soon. So you don't want to miss it. Bye for now.